Hey y'all, today I'm back with one of my clients. We're doing a tape-in maintenance appointment today. This one is a little special because I did not do her original install, but today we're going to remove and replace some tapes from her original install and add a bundle in the back. And so I just showed you my solution for removing tape-ins. So she had a couple of them that were loose and popping open. So I'm just going to add that solution to those tape-ins that are loose. And I use a device that you're going to see like in the next clip where I kind of separate the ends and I pour that solution on the inside of the tape ends and let it sit and soak in. And I use my rat tail comb, as you can see the end of it, to kind of pry the extensions open. You want to be really gentle when you're doing this and take your time, like really let the solution dissolve the adhesive that's on the tape. This is what's going to preserve your client's hair. If you're too rough with this and you don't let that solution dissolve the adhesive, you risk breaking your client's hair at the root, and that is what you want to avoid. A couple things I want to touch on in this video. This client of mine has really dense hair. It's really dense, so she has a lot of hair on her head, and then her hair is coarse. So her hair strands are really thick in diameter. That's what coarse hair means. I know we've been trained to think that coarse hair is like nappy or unmanageable or, you know, whatever the case. But coarse hair actually refers to the diameter of each of your hair strands. With that being said, there's a certain way you want to install her tape ins because you want to avoid it looking bulky because she already has so much hair on her head. I got those tapes separated and now I'm just being really gentle, even though it kind of don't look like it on camera. I'm being really gentle and I'm just prying her hair up from the tape in, like pushing it up. And you see how there's no hair on there, like that one little piece. Okay, that would have came off anyway, but none of her hair came out. So now I'm gonna go through and kind of just comb this adhesive out of her hair because we don't want that in there. Now, my tape remover solution is oil-based. So that allows that adhesive to really just slide out of her hair with the comb. This gets really sticky and really messy. You have to make sure you do a really good shampoo and deep condition after you take these out. I shampoo her hair 3 times, maybe 4, honestly, to get that adhesive out of there. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the middle of the afternoon and traffic is booming by my house. I'm going through and I'm making sure that there aren't any other tapes loose. If there are, I'm going to do the same thing, remove them, get that solution out of there. Get the adhesive out of there with my rat tail comb, and then we're going to go ahead and shampoo. So after she shampooed, I'm blow drying now. I'm sectioning out her real hair, all of her hair that was left out. And I'm blow drying that first thoroughly, and then I'm going to blow dry the extensions from the ends to the roots. This process is, pretty much the same as like if she didn't have the extensions in her hair. You do have to be really gentle, making sure that you're not doing a whole bunch of tugging. Obviously, you don't want to loosen anything that, unnecessarily. So now that I have everything blow dried out, I'm going to go through and press her hair out in small sections. And you're going to see how thick her hair really is here. Now, once I get her hair all pressed out, I'm going to go around and part out her perimeter. And I'm going to leave enough hair out to cover up my comb, the end of my rat tail comb. So you shouldn't be able to see that through what you have parted out for the perimeter. Now I'm going to part out about 1 inch of hair, and then I'm going to slice about 1/4 of an inch of hair off of that. And this is what I'm going to add the extension to. Now I'm doing this because her hair, she has a really full head of hair, and this is how we're going to avoid a bulky install. So it's still going to look full because she has really full hair, but we don't want it to be bulky. So once I get that parted out, I'm going to split that in 2. And I'm just going to part off enough hair so that the width of her natural hair is smaller than the width of the tape. I don't want her hair to be in the way on the corners. I want the tapes to adhere to themselves on the corners. And this is how you get a longer lasting install, and you don't have to worry about the tapes busting open and lasting through like her shampoos and everything, because they're adhered to themselves. I hope that makes sense. But this is what's gonna last longer. I go in with my tape-in pliers and give her a few good clamps. You don't have to do this too hard or do it too many times. Just a couple good ones, firm ones, to reinforce them sticking together. Now you can see better here where I said what I meant when I was saying I part off enough of her hair to make sure it's smaller than the width of the tape-in. So you see how it's the ends of the tape ends are left with no hair on them. Now when those sandwiches come together, it's gonna be flawless. Her install is gonna last so much longer. Now I'm moving up to the next row and I'm doing the exact same thing. I kind of sped this one up. But one thing to keep in mind when you are putting the tape, that first tape on the bottom onto her natural hair, you want to make sure that you're not putting that tape like all the way up to her scalp, because the extension needs to be able to move up and down freely without pulling anything or being uncomfortable for the client. Like, it should feel like it's virtually nothing in her head when she's moving it around and everything. And make sure that, you know, just take your time when you're doing this. This is a really precise install, and if it's done incorrectly, like, it can really go wrong in a lot of ways. So you want to make sure that there's no hairs like in the wrong place, because one little hair pulling or being in a tape that it doesn't belong in can really cause a lot of pain, and it can cause breakage. And that's what we want to avoid. The goal is to grow my clients' hair with these installs, to get them more comfortable with wearing their natural hair if they're in like those between stages of growing their natural hair out. We want to enhance what they have. We don't want to damage anything. So this is what the tape ends look like with a couple rows in there. It looks really natural and seamless already. I didn't use like the whole bundle. I think we used like maybe half a bundle. Now you see me pressing her hair out and blending it with the tape ends. This was a kinky straight texture of hair that she found on her own, but I do sell tape-in extensions. I like the kinky straight texture because it mimics our hair blown out, which blends really well. It's so funny watching this sped up because I'm thinking about her talking, and every time she comes, she got a story to tell y'all, and it be good. We be really kikiing, okay? Having a time. Girl, them hands going. Look at them. You know the convo good when the hands get to going like that. So this is how it looks halfway pressed out. I am going to go in and add some loose curls for some body. That's going to help blend her leave out in the hair that's in between, because it is so much shorter. It'll help it to not be so noticeable. Another trick to blending hair that is a lot shorter than the extension is to use a wax stick. So I'm not going to show that on camera, but I did go in with a wax stick on the top just to smooth everything out and to help it blend a little bit more, help her natural hair blend a little bit more with the extension. You see that area right there, what I'm talking about? I used a wax stick on that. And now we're going to get into the finished product. Everything is smooth and blended, fried, dyed, and laid to the side. I was very pleased. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and connect with me on Instagram and TikTok. Bye.